There you guys. Volume. Can't hear anything. Start video.
So based you graduate, you need to know that you have to listen to others and you can't just state what you want because that's not how life works. Yeah.
I got it.
In the class, we had a bunch of like open discussions.
Oh, yeah, they can hear us.
We had a bunch of open discussions, which was
okay.
really nice because I think one of my favorite parts of learning is being able to have an open discussion about the topic that we're learning, because it really gets like me engaged, especially like some classes like math or like science or English. I just want to like sit on my phone the entire time, but like this class really got me engaged. Like the work wasn't too much pressure. It was really fun actually. I enjoyed it. Like we did a skit.
The Webby.
The Webby.
The Webby.
Yeah, the Webby, which was also fun. We did a bunch of on-hand activities as well. Like we went outside and we played like games when we had to explain what they taught us when it came to character. And like we did blind trusting as well.
Oh, yeah.
When we talked about that. That was
I hated that.
No, I thought it was fun.
Well, okay, so the assignment she's talking about is when we all grouped together, we went into the study hall room, which at that moment was cafeteria. We were partnered, and the whole point of the assignment was you have to be able to trust your partner. So one of us had our eyes closed, and the other one had to direct where they were walking. And there's tables everywhere. And we decided to challenge each other to step over bags and to do all this stuff that everybody wasn't doing. And that was terrifying. It was very scary.
Well, the whole point of it was to teach us a lesson.
You talk about the 40 days of kindness.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, I really enjoyed those. It made me step outside my comfort zone, which was nice because that's something that I never do. But I wanted an A in the class, so.
An A in the class. Yeah, there was a lot. It's just stuff to put you out of your comfort zone. Like, you can't be able to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to say this. You can't do what you're able to in school out of school. You can't say the things that you're able to in school out of school. Like, there's so many things that happens in school that is kind of just pushed off to the side because you're a kid. You're still in school. You don't have to worry about it. But when you're an adult and you do some of that stuff, there's so much that could happen. Even involving police, like talking, saying things. That could get you in so much trouble. But in school, it's like you're a kid. You don't have to worry about it. The adults got it.
And the 8 essentials.
Oh,
Don't even.
ready, wait, I have to say them all.
Wait,
Oh,
together. There's
Patience.
patience, kindness, respect,
She knows it better than I do.
selflessness, honesty, forgiveness, humility, and commitment.
Well,
Very good.
Nice.
Nice.
well done.
That's why she passed the final.
I taught that.
And the most important part about leadership is,
Making relationships.
and what is the key to leadership is
Influence.
right on,
Wow.
right on. You
I was
nailed
really
it.
bad at that.
We used to
I
have an
can't
extra
remember.
every day. So
That
I mean,
is-
the two
yeah.
of you together.
I won the Kahoot.
Oh yeah, she won me a Barnes and Noble gift card
That's
for
right.
playing Kahoot.
That's right.
Mhm.
Any final thoughts? Would you recommend we run it again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Awesome.
A lot of people in that school could use that class.
Yeah. Yeah, we had 12 students this year, and we're hopeful that we can get up to, maybe 15, 16. If we get 20, we get 20. We'll take whatever number of kids that we had, but it definitely reignited Ms. Thompson and my passion for teaching. It obviously reminded us of how hard it is, and it was one class. And so, Donna Foster is with kids all day, or teaching 5 classes in a day is really hard work. And, we were balancing work plus prepping and then working with students in that class. So we'll definitely do it again next year, right?
Signing up, I saw the list today. So.
Yeah, and
Starting to
we didn't even
sign
have to twist any arms this time. So, so
And
that
we
was good.
didn't even sign up, by the
That's
way.
right.
We were just
They were
put into
forced.
this class, and I am so glad that we were actually put into this class.
Yeah,
It was
class
very
today.
useful.
I love your honesty, Maddie.
It's better than doing math for an hour. Okay, like I'd rather do that class than most of my other classes, except for Miss Robinson.
I took that class. I love
My
English.
bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
If you have
Thank
any questions from the board?
Oh, that was
Hey,
gonna be my
self-love
question.
is
If we
big
would
too.
recommend it to other students.
That's a thing we learned in literature.
Very good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Silly.
Mhm.
Silly. We had the 3 naughty boys in the back. John, Dylan, and Trevor.
Oh,
wow,
geez.
yeah, that is a
They were our favorites.
That is a combo.
All right, student board member items.
I spoke with her today, and she isn't able to come. She's doing her internship with the Reformer tonight. She's taking pictures at a different event. But I asked her if there's any information that she wanted me to provide to the board. She said, I have nothing really but positive stuff. And I said, well, I can tell them that. So they'll be thrilled. So things are going great. She feels, everything's going really well. She actually got into the lunchroom. She doesn't usually go to the lunchroom. She doesn't like it. She got in there and she was okay in there. She thought it was pretty calm. Her peers are liking, kind of how calm it is in school. It doesn't feel like it's out of control. She feels like it's safe. Kids are telling her it's a pretty good place to be. We don't have a lot of bad stuff going on. Kids like coming to school and they're happy. There wasn't much detail, but she really couldn't think of anything that she felt like she needed to bring to the board. So, yeah, just happy to give that piece of feedback from her. I told her I would.
Great,
Yay.
thank you. I like hearing it.
So do we.
No news is good news.
Right? Superintendent's report.
So I'll just keep talking.
Yeah.
I have a couple of items. One item in particular that's not on the report, but I'll get to that right at the end. I included in the report the AP breakfast and program. I think Ms. Roth is going to talk about that. I'm going to check with her this time before I steal her thunder. You going to talk about
You
that? at
didn't
all?
check with me and I said I did broad strokes. You were
Okay.
gonna do finer strokes.
I'll do a little more detail. We had over 30 students. It was really well attended. It's our second time doing it. We had a lot of adults who came down, which we were happy because before we weren't sure if they were going to come last year because it was still kind of, people weren't really sure. Is this going to fly? A lot of support and teachers actually who were recruiting students for their AP classes, which was great. We all sat down at different tables. There were 6 or 7 tables. And each table had at least one adult listening and talking to students about 11 AP courses that we're going to be able to offer next year, 6 here, 5 on the network. And we had a couple AP Psych, AP Pre-Calc that a number of students were already excited about. And both of those are going to be part of the network. And so Barb and Joe, our 2 counselors, are working feverishly to get them scheduled into the online network, and they're at different times during the day. So it's kind of cool because it's really more individualized for some of these students, kind of breaking away from the traditional high school bell schedule in order to be able to be in 1 or 2 of these classes. And so we're really going to test the limits of personalized learning, at least from a structural perspective. So we're pretty excited about that. We looked at the pieces of communications that we need, the OWL labs, cameras and microphones. Those are anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 depending upon the size that you need. I'm going to apply, we have until May 1 to apply to the whole fund for up to $30,000. And so I put out a call to senior leadership for their thoughts on what they would like to ask for in the whole fund. Has to be something that isn't obviously budgeted for, and it can't be staff. And so this would absolutely be right in that wheelhouse. And I've received a couple of other suggestions. So moving fully forward with our AP program. You have the staff climate survey. We'll talk about that. I believe it will just be us in non-public to work through all of that and understand how we want to roll that out. That again was done for the board as a result of your goal of wanting to make sure that we're retaining our staff, and you wanted to take a temperature of where staff are in terms of climate in the building. So I believe that they have spoken. The 50-page report is providing ample data.
Yes.
Tuition agreement committee, you're very well aware of that, but I just wanted to make sure we got into a public doc that we can put out in the board report. That's going well. We have another meeting tomorrow. Regardless of school tomorrow, whether it's regular, delayed, or no school, we are having our meeting still at 3 o'clock because the weather and the roads should be fine by 3 o'clock. And we're meeting in Winchester tomorrow. And thank you to Maria Webb, who's going to serve as our minutes taker again, because we have to post iterative drafts. Every single draft that we work on has to get posted at the end of this process. And we just figure it'd be easier to have Maria do that, so it's all one consistent system. So she will be with us tomorrow as well. In strategic planning, we met Monday night with the steering committee and the 3 of the 4 captains, one of the captains couldn't attend. One was able to attend virtually. We got a great update. The minutes are up on the website on the strategic planning link on the front page. People can visit that. We're going to continue to build that web page up. And then just talking about CTE, Ms. Thompson's been working with Mr. Town over at Cheshire Career Center. And, you know, I'm just going to put it out there. We're getting the runaround already. And it's unfortunate that we are being treated not the way that we believe we should. Our students are losing opportunities as a result of it. I don't mind going on record with that because that's actually what's happening. So we're going to continue to work with them next year as best we can to get our kids into slots. I'd like to return to the table with Brattleboro and talk with them about how we can help them because I know that they've lost students. How can we work a better tuition system? If we can increase numbers, can we get more cut rates? There are price breaks in there. But I also want to explore looking at 3 or 4 CTE programs that we could put on the Winchester campus. And I talked with the Winchester board and they're very open to that. So we would obviously look to add 3 or 4 CTE programs that Brattleboro does not offer and have those be on the Winchester campus. So we would have our high school students there and Brattleboro students could come over and attend as well. And these are, we're thinking the more popular courses. And so we want to start investigating public and private money. What would that look like? Fall Mountain does it. They have 4 CTE programs. They send the balance of their students to Keene. They're part of that regional agreement. So why can't we do the same? And so we want to take a look at that. We're going to explore that. We have plenty of room, plenty of yard down at the Winchester campus. And we'd like to, and both boards are interested, or at least Winchester was very interested in hosting there. So I wanted to make sure that we got that out there, but we're just really disappointed in the way Keene's been treating us. It's we're just gonna have to take matters into our own hands.
Looks great on paper, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
written program, but
One of the things to keep in mind with the Brattleboro is their calendar too, so just FYI.
right,
With that, I know that was an issue when we went over that last time.
Yeah.
So,
I think we'll have some time to look
Yeah.
at that, like next year, we'll still work with Keene
Yeah.
as best we can. If you don't mind, Joshua, and I'll just add.
please, yeah, please do.
I don't want, I think it's important that we keep in mind and understand now that we likely will not be getting a lot of kids over there next year. Space, they've already let me know that they just don't have a lot of space.
really?
It's very disheartening.
Yeah.
And I know we're not part of the agreement, but, you know, out of their 16 programs, they've already told me 9 that we will not be able to
Oh,
And it's-
no.
February. So
Yeah.
that felt really sad to me for our kids, and we meet monthly to talk about how things are going. But so anyways, I just think it's important that we keep that we know, and Ms. Roth is aware, and the guidance department is aware that that's in our best interest right now, because they might get their hearts broken and get let down. We don't want that. So we'll find alternative ways for them next year, because they want to go to the program and can't. We'll find other ways, but it's just unfortunate.
It is.
So in the last item, thank you, Ms. Thompson. The last item is I had made a request via email to the board, and I wanted to talk about it in my report, just to make it into the packet in time. Under policy LC, and conducting any kind of academic research on our campus requires board approval. One of my doctoral students from Southern New Hampshire University would like to do her research here at our school. It would be in the high school, the middle high school. It would be on essentially looking at this issue of bullying, more prejudicial bullying, and understanding some of the deep-seated meaning behind bullying and why does it continue to occur, and then also to perhaps develop some strategies on addressing it. She's looking at it through a behavioral strain. She's a BCBA as well as a psychologist, and so she has pretty ample experience in the field to begin with. But for her dissertation, this is something that she was deeply interested. I've worked with her on this for the last 2 years. And so I provided for you a riveting 9-minute video as she Cause she was gonna be here tonight, but she thought the meeting was last night, but she had a conflict tonight, so she made that video for you so you could hear from her and kind of see her face. I sent it also, I think, to Anna, to kind of get an understanding of what it is that she's looking to do. Her institutional review board application was spot on, and anytime you're working with student subjects, they scrutinize and usually take quite a while to give you approval, and not everybody who submits IRB applications for student subjects gets approval. Hers was approved first time through. So she is, it's really tight in terms of her proposal. And so I would ask the board to take action and permit that study to take place.
Yeah, I watched the video. I'm super interested in how it's gonna turn out. I mean, the stuff she's talking about is really, I mean, it's gonna be invaluable
Very
to us, I think. Yeah, for sure.
And the Brene Brown reference was encouraging.
She had you at Brene Brown.
Yeah, she did. And I'm very excited. I think it is good work that needs to happen. So having someone come do it for free and use it for research is a win-win.
Yeah.
We would have her return after, obviously, when she writes up her field research. When we have her defend her dissertation, we would have her come back and talk through everything that she discovered. Obviously, everything is kept confidential. Everybody is anonymous. The coding mechanisms that are in research are pretty tight too. So her methods we approved her methods without any question because we helped her develop. So I have no hesitation at recommending.
Yeah. Did anybody else have any questions?
They're comfortable with it.
Yeah. So I just need,
I think it's great.
so I just need a motion to accept, what's the wording?
Um,
Approve her moving forward?
approve Holly Blaze to conduct her dissertation research
Yes.
at the middle high school.
And I will second.
Any discussion? More discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Great, thanks. I'll
Can't
have her, we'll set up a meeting now, with Anna, and that way the two of them can talk and they can talk about scheduling, and she wants to be as, as little a distraction as possible, and so we'll let you manage that from there. Okay, awesome, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And when do you think we'll get to hear back?
So
Assuming it's gonna
her,
be a minute.
it'll be late spring, most likely.
Oh, that's
My
good to
guess
know.
is that she's gonna do her field research over, 3 or 4 weeks. And then to write it all up and then to have it in defense. It's February. A May defense would be super ambitious, so it may have to wait until our August meeting.
That's what I was assuming it was gonna be a long time, so that's,
Right.
better than I thought.
Yeah, so that's great. And then that concludes my report, and I'll save the Title IX to
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll do that then.
Thank you.
Any questions for Dr. Ryan? Thank you very much. We'll move on to the business administrator's report. Members of the board, you have my report. Have any questions, feel free.
Just want to let you know at your seat, I placed a happy group. Kelly Wojcik brought this over yesterday. This is her first attempt at putting together a monthly newsletter. And so each one I will be bringing them when I get them.
Great.
The timing was perfect for bringing it here and also for the wellness committee. Because in it, she's talking about the healthy alternatives that they're going to be trying. And so I did want to just bring that forth so you know where that came from.
That's great.
She said this is just her first start, so be aware. And she said it will get better.
That is
Nice.
a good idea. I
Yeah.
like that.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to future reports.
G, Academics and Career Readiness Report. Okay, Thompson reviewed her report with the board.
Maria.
The AI, that AI.
My cat got on my keyboard and it started.
You sure did. It beats what happened in my first meeting.
Right, it sure does.
Right, Jay? Just keep looking at the floor.
That was quite something.
That was an event for sure. Okay.
Sorry for the.
Any questions for Jane on her report?
Didn't have any notes for me.
Anybody has
Is,
questions about the budget directly towards?
Is the MS-27 on this website currently? So people can go there to
I'm
look
looking at
at our,
Maria, yep.
It's all there.
so people can go and look at that in our warrant articles.
And in the superintendent's newsletter, all the links were in there as well to bring them right to the
great.
website.
Perfect.
We're all good with the budget.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Any other questions, Jane? No, thank you very much,
You're
Jane.
welcome.
Director of Academics and Career Readiness.
Madam Chair, members of the board, you have my report. I'm happy to answer questions.
I love the book study idea. That's such a fun
Mm.
PD.
Yeah, so we're doing two of them. Well, one has not started yet. It's snowing happened. It's supposed to start tomorrow.
Oh, no.
But we don't know. But yeah, it's exciting to have, what's nice is it's district-wide, so when we do have discussions,
Mhm.
it's both schools sitting at one table.
Oh, that
That'd
is
be nice.
High
nice.
school get to get from elementary,
Yeah.
so that's been, we haven't had our first one, but it was nice to be in the same room and have those kind of discussions and learn from each other, so.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
I was excited to see the Kindness Day is back, because I know last year it was like such a huge success, like,
And it's district-wide, we didn't do
Yeah.
district-wide. last year.
yes, I saw that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be so good.
So Dr. Berman and I met today to talk about how we will incorporate it with the younger grades and what we can do to make sure that every teacher comes up with a plan. And so we're working on that. So
That's in April, right? April.
April 18th, the day before vacation. So if you know of any nearby community activities, if there's anything that needs to be done in the community, that we could put out there to teachers to say, hey, the town could use something.
I'm sure I can get a few little lists together for you.
That would be great.
The beautification committee might have
Or
ideas
something like
too,
that, yeah.
We're gonna have some whiskey barrels to replace, so that's gonna
Oh.
be,
Okay.
we have a new
Yeah.
guy running the sidewalk machine and he found a few,
Oh,
six. So, so that might be a little something side that they can help out with.
So now I can get that list, I can put out to teachers.
They look like picket fences.
It's been a winter.
The snow was deep.
So yes, we have those lists and then I can reach out to the people to get materials to make that stuff happen, just let me know. So,
Mhm.
and the grant will help. OSTCP grant supplies food and drinks for the kids while they're out, but also materials for different things if like the town couldn't supply them, they can cover some of that. So yeah, it was a great day last year. So looking forward to it.
So good. I was, when I saw that it was district wide, I was like, oh, how excited.
That is.
We're able to find people for your career day.
We're getting there. We are getting there. It may not just be alumni, but we have about 7, actually today makes it, I think, 9 that are interested to come, that are alumni.
Yeah.
We might need to put it out further. I've been individually talking to people, with help from teachers that are giving me names, but, so, you know, if I figure if we get 20 in there, that'll be great. I might not get that many, but we're certainly gonna try for 20 alumni to
Yeah.
be here that day if we can. And if we have to ask people that aren't alumni, that's okay too, but we're trying to keep it that way. just 'cause that's
Yeah,
one of the cool things.
Great. Any other questions for?
May I make a comment?
Absolutely.
The fishing derby, I feel horrible for them. They got the snowstorm. They did an amazing job. They were so entertaining. I didn't get there till like noon, 1 o'clock. They were having so much fun. I really wanted to make sure that they know that had it not been a snowstorm, half the people who wanted to be there were plowing. Like we were out, I ended up being able to get down there and I was able to donate some money to them, and Clayton won the jig
I know, I saw it.
competition, you know, so he was pretty excited about that, but I really hope that they do try that again next year.
Oh, they absolutely have
Yeah.
to. I know that they, can I see on Sunday?
No,
Okay. I went right. Territorial? More people have asked you.
Maybe you
I will say that I went to see Billy the next day and to see how he was so jazzed, and they still made $750.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome,
I love
that's
that.
great, that's, you know what, that's a lot more than I thought they were gonna make.
So, he was very psyched about that. Feels like if the weather, he was like, if the weather wouldn't have been bad, we probably would have made, 1,500.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
felt bad
wow.
for him, I was down there with a 10-wheeler plowing the place out for them, they're trying to shovel a whole parking lot
Oh,
out, I'm like,
no.
we're trying to get roads done, but I mean,
Yeah, I had a great time.
the
Yeah,
kids
good
were
event.
hilarious to watch. We're sitting down on the ice watching them. They're having snowball fights. It was really, they had a lot of fun. It was very entertaining.
Great. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
Great, that's awesome. All right, any other questions for Karen? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Principals report, Mrs. Roth.
Chair, members of the board, you have my report. I don't think I need that, Maria. I think,
Just pop it.
yep, thank you. Thank you.
It looked,
I jumped the gun with data presentation, but we're gonna do that next month
Okay.
for like academic data, but I have disciplinary data in my report
Mhm.
that I'm glad to answer questions about. Just one piggyback on Karen's report. I shared to I don't know if you saw this, Karen, I shared to our school Facebook page, but Purple Sarah Day Spa, where one of our students is doing an ALO, they shared a great post about her.
So good.
Yeah, it was
This
really
is
nice.
So exciting.
So it's just nice to see them being acknowledged for the work that they're doing in their
Well, and it was
ELOs.
nice that she mentioned the school as well.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just about her, it was mentioning the school and
Yep.
people were commenting and I saw people share it. So it was like
Yeah.
a really cool way of getting it
was.
out that what we do here. So that was exciting.
Yeah. And we had a great pep rally last week, and we had photographers here from the Sentinel and the Reformer, and actually have a reporter from the Sentinel coming next week. He wants to do a story of a day in the life at Hinsdale High School as part of his ongoing coverage of the Winchester Anchor School exploration. So he asked, we've been corresponding about setting that up. He wants to meet with some students, one from each grade. The photographer will be here with him, so it'll be a good opportunity to get some good publicity out. And we're also having, this also didn't make my report, but we're having next Friday in the afternoon, a couple of hours of like winter carnival activities. We have snow, so there's a lot of stuff happening outside. And just let the kids blow off some steam before they go off for break. So happy to answer any questions about my report.
That'll be fun.
That is
That
super
will
cool.
be fun. Actually get to enjoy some snow. It's been a minute.
I know, right? Any questions for Anna? I heard that I got nothing but rave reviews about the pep rally and the
The unified game.
thank you.
Yeah.
Unified game.
It was really great.
Yeah, my husband went to it. He said it was so cool.
Yeah. Yes, it was good. And the band was there, which is really
Yeah.
fun. They've been going to some varsity games.
I know, it's
They-
been nice having him there.
They played at the pep rally, which was awesome. And then they had a 3-point contest at the end that some teachers got into and some students. So it was a fun one.
That's awesome. I heard good things about it too. It was brought up to me.
The band is just
Oh,
so
know,
great to
they're
have the
killing
band.
it.
It's so great.
That's so exciting. We finally have that again.
I know. It was nice to see him at the games. It's been kind of
Mm-hmm.
it's been pretty cool. Any questions for Anna?
No, referrals are less, so that's always good.
Looking
I
for
don't
my
know what
kids.
happened in October.
I know, I was like, wow.
Supposed to be all this sugar.
It spikes in holiday months
Yeah.
because I was like, October and December were both,
Mhm.
everyone gets a little crazy around the holidays.
Yeah.
But January much better. They're calmer again.
Right. All right, well, thank you. Dr. Brandner?
Madam Chair, members of the board, you got my report. I got to see Wayne a lot.
Just talk on the phone a few
I
times.
did that too. No, so in all seriousness though, we did, that partnership with our community. We had a medical emergency one week, the next week we had awful mystery smell day. That was
That was
unexpected.
Right.
And both were handled well by the community emergency staff, our staff, actually Chief Evans shared a comment from the ambulance folks the day we needed their help, that they go to all sorts of different schools, and they complimented all the directions they were given. They knew right where to go, when to go, and so we got that, unsolicited compliment that it's good as a new principal to know that like the systems are working, even if it's under an emergency. So so outside of all that, we finished our middle of year benchmarking, and we like even in drips and droves this week. So that's why we're waiting till next. But one thing that I really wanted to highlight was just the great power that our staff have at the elementary school, and the knowledge of these measures that we are using and their students. And we worked with a leadership team of teachers to create a data protocol for this February deep dive that we're doing. And it's really been great to see. We've been practicing reviewing data, different data, national data, our data at every faculty meeting, just so that we can ask questions and think about data and know that data is valid and flawed. And we need to have those conversations, and whatever part of that data is valid, what do we do with it? How do we shift? What does it mean? What can we do? So we're in that good practice. And so then we hit harder at this middle of year. And I've been to several of the meetings this week, and the conversations are just great. It's all the conversations we should be having, which is really, really good. I put in our discipline data too, and some reasons why I think things are going in the right way. And man, attendance. We were good. We had 21 perfect attendance that first quarter, and we had 34 up until all of the plates hit, all of them. So I was like, I can't put that we're at 4. I can't. Like, we were there until that January surge. So hopefully we'll get back to it. But we have 4 students who still have perfect attendance, and they'll be celebrated at our Valentine's this month's all school meeting. So. Any questions?
Thanks to the Brattleboro X for the donation.
Yes.
That was
Oh,
nice of
sorry. The
them.
Brattleboro Elks. Yep. They they just called and asked if we could use stuff, and I was like, "What stuff?" And they said things you might want. I said, "Sure." And they showed up with a giant box of oh geez, it must have been 24 balls, like recess dodgeballs, footballs, soccer balls with pumps. So we all
Nice.
got all that done. And then a bunch of hats, gloves, underwear, and socks, which we really did need.
Oh,
So that was
Always.
great. So we sent them a thank you note. We did today receive another donation from Catholic sisters. Daughters. Thank you. I was like, I'm sorry. I knew it was gonna come out wrong.
Sisterhood.
Catholic Daughters Rosemary. So they gave us a donation for snow pants. So
Oh,
we
good.
got to use it for snow pants. So
Perfect time.
Brenda's. Because she had asked me before the holidays what we were low on for our supply, and that was and yes, no.
Right, yeah, can actually use them.
We did the self-assessment for that, the healthy, we got the 4 healthy designation badges from, and Roxanne, by doing this, we get a book program. So, so those, she was passing out today, I think,
The notice, yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
so they give us free books, and the kids all get these paths, and it's the marathon pathway.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, and they have stickers, and they read 26 books, right?
Something like that.
But in order to get those free things, we had to self-assess to do this, but we got 4 badges. I don't know if I get new stickers for those stickers.
Sweet.
Any
One
questions?
thing I want to say, I've been to multiple medical emergencies and other emergencies in these two buildings, and I, as a firefighter and as a taxpayer, is very proud with how everything went. One thing I'm working on with, I want to get 2 key cards, one for each Knox box in the building that has 24-hour access. So.
We had another one since I wrote this,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Yeah,
yes.
We're there at the end of last week.
Right, yeah, so, when we have the Knox box key in our fire trucks, it makes it so that any fire truck that pulls up can access that key card. The only hangup we had was when firefighters left the building to go check tanks outside, we had to find someone to let us back in the building. So the Knox box, we are gonna work on that, and get that taken care of. I brought it up to the chief, but very good job by both schools and all the events that I've been to. Being proud, because that's it's a lot of chaos to deal with, and everyone handled it very professionally, in my opinion, seeing it.
Yeah, no, third time's a charm. Friday, I had already submitted this. We had a fire alarm go off. No, geez, it's Nate's fault, but it's.
Just threw me right underneath the bus there.
Yeah, technically, it wasn't Nate. I was there. It wasn't me.
But yeah, no, I forgot. I was like, hey, you guys were just there too. 3 times.
Any other questions for Dr. Bremner? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
IT Director's Report. Justin?
Madam Chair, you have my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
So the laptop fixes that you're doing, are those ticket items, or these are just laptops that we hadn't been able to fix until we had time?
A handful of them were tickets that were outstanding. The rest of them were ones that we had swapped out with working machines, and now have collected back any broken ones that were just piling up. So those are just have been worked through. It's
Great.
been completed.
Oh, nice.
That's exciting.
That is. Any questions for Justin?
Didn't have a single thing then.
No? Thank you very much for all the work.
We also thank you for the work you did down to the meeting there we had together.
Oh, yeah.
You got everything ran good.
Writing
like
the
usual.
sound.
That was very, very good. Thank you.
Didn't he shovel a sidewalk too that you mentioned?
Yes, he did.
Gold star, gold star goes to him.
Got him out salting the sidewalk. That is a team player right there. I actually don't even think he was working yet. He was on his way into work and he turned back around.
He's like, I almost fell. I'm gonna
and
go back.
came and salted that spot.
Nice.
Gold star.
Gold star.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I didn't go that far. He's gonna break out his cape. All right, any question? No questions? So we're good with Justin. Thank you, Justin. Director of Student Services.
Madam Chair and Board, you have my report. If you have any questions, I'll be.
Have you been managing with having to help out at the elementary school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been extremely busy.
Uh-huh.
I'm definitely getting my steps in. And it's just going back and forth, and we're doing a lot of changes at the elementary school as part of this. So it's a work in progress.
Mhm.
And it is tiring. We're doing a lot of stuff over there and a lot of changes over there.
Well, thank you for the extra work.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Patty? Thank you very much, Patty. Facilities Director, Neat.
Madam Chair, members of the board, you have my report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
I just really love the toolbox talk.
I know, I
Yeah.
wanted to know more about that.
I know,
What is it?
I have a question mark and then I kept reading. I was like, oh, that's probably what they talked about. I just like that it's called toolbox talk.
Yeah, that's just what I've, it's
Just
placed,
what you
past
put in.
places, that's what we've always called it. But it's just, it just gives them a chance once a month, besides just that we're gonna do some, we're just gonna watch a short video on some sort of safety thing that we may do in-house, and then just give them an opportunity to, just give me any feedback of any sort, any ideas that people may have to help us out or whatever the case. You just give them a chance to just let me know about how things are going
Yeah,
in
that's-
general.
That's cool.
Very
Nice, yeah, right? Boots on the ground.
I'd like to point out Dave too, Ricker, he's, every storm, he's always there. He changes his schedule. He's there at 4 a.m. When I used to do the sidewalks, he was there. He is really a dedicated employee and he does really work hard. He does make a difference.
Yes.
And I'm glad you give him a little highlight there.
Yeah. I
Does
mean,
work.
and it's well deserved. I mean, it's hard to find people
Right.
that are willing to come in. It doesn't matter what time of day, stay as long as it needs to get done, and it could be on any day of the week. I
was
mean,
doing
he's,
sidewalks on Sunday. I
Yeah,
saw.
yeah, he's been there it doesn't matter what day it is of the week. And and we try our best to have everything prepared, for when people show up or whatever, and it's nice knowing that what's the word for it? It's just I'm trying to think of what the right proper word is for it, but it's have knowing that person is going to be there is like it takes a lot of weight off of me to know that I'm gonna have that person there with me. So
And he's becoming famous. He was in my morning memo about his giant shovel on our roof.
yep. Mhm.
And I was happy to see, I brought it up earlier, when we were just talking as a group and, you guys coming down and grabbing salt from the town. I think it's great utilization of our ability to save money using each other, the town and both sides. And, I think it's great. And whatever we need to do to make it quick and easy for Rick or whoever comes down, you let me know or let Bob know. We'll make it quick and easy and seamless, because that's one thing we don't need to be wasting money on, so that we can put the money where it belongs.
Yeah, I mean,
Great job.
roughly for just that, I think it saves us $1,000 more a year. I mean, this year it's gonna for sure save us that much because of just how much weather we've had this year.
For sure. Well, I think it's great. It's definitely everything starting to happen, and much appreciation to you for having an open mind and following some of these little rabbit holes. I'm trying to find places where we can make progress. So,
right.
Thank you for doing it.
And thank you to the town for willing to be able to work with us on it too, really.
Also on the cardboard thing, Nate,
Yeah.
just to let you know, the process is working. We're able to sell our cardboard. Wayne was down there. He always loads the truck because I don't know how to do it. He's a professional on that. He gets it loaded. But where they quoted us at 1,600, we end up making $2,100 on our cardboard. So what they're doing, we're making a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Great.
good.
Wow.
Cost savings here, money coming back there, revenue there. It's all these little things. It will start to add up, and it will, the positive vibes will be coming the other way as it continues. It's just a little more elbow grease, a little more frustrating sometimes, but it's working, so.
Thanks.
That's exciting. More money in and
I
less
know.
money out. That's
That's
what
right.
we need.
Gotta love it. Any more for Nate? Thank you very much, Nate.
See you early tomorrow morning.
Don't worry, you're gonna have a little time to get it done.
Yeah.
New board business, public budget hearing discussion. We had one.
Yeah.
Went pretty well, I thought. For us.
For us, it went
Okay.
good, right?
I was like,
I wanted to.
okay.
I thought ours was
Ours,
pretty
yeah.
good. It
All
was,
failed, so.
yeah, we did. I didn't need to listen to Wayne yell.
They didn't let me
I was
anyway.
gonna say,
I didn't shut you down.
he didn't actually get the chance.
Do we want to have a forum on our budget like we've done in the past?
Only if you all believe that it needs to continue. That's a board decision. I've never done it in any other district. I've only seen it here.
I
But
feel
that-
like
that
the
doesn't-
public hearing was pretty well attended, so.
And I feel like in years past, because there's been some disconnect between the board and the community, and I feel like we're on a good track right now, and people did come, they spoke up. So I personally don't think we need it this year. If we get backlash, then obviously we can.
Backed by popular demand.
Yeah. I'm confident. I feel like I feel like we're doing okay right now. Yay or nay?
I really don't think it's necessary. I think the public has been involved enough, like people came to the public hearing. If people want to know stuff, I think they're utilizing, it sounds like budget committee meetings more. And
more attendance in them.
yeah,
Nice.
so I think that there's just more knowledge out there and I don't think we need another, I mean, we talked about it at the
And we
public
did the
hearing.
Winchester
Seems redundant.
information thing, which is about
Yeah.
I think people are confident in that revenue coming in too, so I think that helps us all around, I think. Yes, Jane, sorry.
We do have, the budget is online. I left the wage information off, but everything else is online. So anything that the board and the budget committee received is up there. If there's any questions, people are free to reach out to me. What I can do is for the town meeting, I can have the same slide deck that I prepared for the budget forum last year. So should we need to call it up?
Yeah.
It's
think
there. I
that's a good
don't
idea.
want to have to,
Right,
but
right.
if it is, it might be the easiest way to be able to just explain something, if that helps.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
I mean, I don't want to get backlash, but also at the same time, I think we're in a healthier position than we've been in the past. But
I'm kind of 50-50.
yeah, well, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to see the positive vibes that are kind of going, the budget committee supporting us, the conversations being had, but also then to not do it and be like, oh,
Right,
one good year and you decide you don't want to give us the information.
right.
Or be very, very prepared since we are first this year with a lot of extra information printed out.
Yeah.
And be prepared to answer a lot more questions at that point at the meeting. I'm 50-50 on it.
Is a lot of the information that we had at the budget committee in the book? Okay, so they're gonna get a lot of information with their budget in the book that we haven't had in there before really too, so.
The book is actually online as you see it.
Okay.
So like the explanations of, over under 1,500 in each of the budgets, all the graphs, all the little pretty pictures that I like to do.
Well, and
Well,
I feel like
I feel better about
people,
that.
and I think people have a better understanding of the budget just because of your explanations. So I do feel like every year we have like the same discussions due to, I personally even understand the budget a lot better than I have before and the way the funding works and why, some of the things that cause confusion once you understand like the fundamentals of it. So I do think there's more knowledge in general, and I feel like no one's gonna show because they're like, meh, we'll deal with it at town meeting.
Well, it's also pretty self-explanatory. We don't have any more, like, we're not.
I know, we
coming out
really
asking
went
for
bare
extra, so
bones.
I feel like, what are we
That
gonna
too.
talk about there?
Right.
So, and with the information online that we've been presenting to the budget committee, if they have that to look at, it'll explain a lot of it. And so I think I'm feeling better about that, and it's not just a budget out there and then, more articles, so that's good.
But I could bring a thumb drive that has. just
Yeah,
I like that too, just in case, because if questions come up and we don't have the pretty pictures to.
So then, I don't think that's normally set up at town meetings, so. you'll
Oh,
have to set
so
that up.
Justin.
Last year, no, I thought we might have, just.
I
I don't remember.
I
I'll
did, we
make
did
sure
for
to
the
take care of
forum, I
that for
can't,
the
I don't think we
sidewalks
had
if
it.
you get
I thought I had a thumb
I
drive.
thought we
just in case.
But anyway, so just a FYI,
I know. So.
in case we need it.
We won't, we can't wait.
I think it's a scrub. I think it would devolve into a
Oh, you
tuition
can.
revenue conversation.
Yeah.
We don't, it's not the
We don't
time or
want-
place.
Right.
It's not what we're
I
talking
think,
about.
that's probably a safer bet. You're not wrong there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's nothing we can really share at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are
that
other
part.
things on everyone's mind right now,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, so if we're all in agreement, we'll bypass it this year. and-
Fantastic. I apologize for
and
being
if
on
we
my
get
phone.
feedback
I'm
otherwise, we'll
trying
do
to
it,
delay
we'll
school
get back in next
two
year.
districts, so I'm multitasking.
Yes.
My apologies. No, yours hasn't gone out yet. Maria and I have to do a little work.
I have a
after.
question for Jane. Will you be doing that presentation that you did last year?
That's what we were just talking
That was the
That's what we're
budget
talking
forum.
about. That was
Oh,
the
you're
forum.
not doing that.
That's what we're
Only
discussing.
if you had
Yeah.
me to.
Oh.
Welcome to the meeting.
I know, welcome, Mark.
I thought it meant a forum that we're gonna meet with just the public with the school board again. That's what I thought.
Yeah, for the
For the
forum for the
budget.
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
That's what we're
I
talking
thought
about.
it was like a private meeting with just the residents and us. again.
It would be a public
It
meeting.
would have been,
Yeah.
we're not doing that.
No, 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 you don't understand. Never mind,
Okay,
never mind. I'm done.
okay,
I'm welcome to
sure?
any- Yeah.
okay.
Mark, did you feel it was worthwhile to do? And-
Yeah, well, I was just saying, I felt that it was very informative when you got up and did that one.
At town meeting.
At town meeting, yeah.
Yes, oh no, she's
Oh,
gonna bring
okay.
that.
That's
just-
what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
she's gonna bring
Oh, yeah.
that in case
Yep.
somebody wants, in case there's questions.
That's what I was, at,
Yeah,
at the town meeting thing, not, yeah.
No, that's why if I have a slide deck loaded with what I
Mhm.
presume people are gonna ask for.
Yeah.
Basically, I would do the public forum information, because I just pulled that out actually earlier today. To see what
Bless
was in
you.
it.
Bless you.
I can just load a PowerPoint and we can just click to the right page.
I'm awake
If
now.
we need it.
Okay,
Great.
great.
Sorry.
Welcome to the meeting. Does
Thank
that, does that help?
I'm back.
Sorry.
I'm back.
Was that you?
Sorry.
It's been a long couple of weeks, Mark.
It is.
We all feeling it.
I'm back.
All right, any other questions about the public hearing discussion?
I'm happy.
District meeting discussion, we kind of just jumped right into that while we were talking to about the other thing.
Yep, good segue.
Any other?
What's the date on that? Do we have a meeting before that?
You have to call a meeting,
It's
Yes.
March
March 15th.
15th is
Right, do we have a
the
school
town.
board?
Yes, I think we have that
Yes.
Wednesday.
The Wednesday
That
before,
Wednesday.
And we're gonna go over itemization of who is gonna be prepared to speak about what. Is that what we're gonna go over at
I
our
think-
next meeting?
I think per our last discussion, we were basically gonna leave it up to the professionals.
Mhm.
If a question came up about their department,
Right,
when we're gonna ask at the beginning of the meeting if it's okay for them to
Yeah.
speak, because they're not town employees.
Right,
They're not-
right.
They're not residents.
all
Some
right,
of them
yeah,
are
no, and
residents.
yeah, I did agree with that part, but if a question is directed to us, it's like, what do you think? We've heard enough
Yeah.
from them. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, you're more than welcome
Okay,
to answer that
yeah,
question
I
if it's
just-
directed directly at you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just saying, so that we be prepared for our particular spots to say, all right, yeah, I actually.
Yeah,
have
I
good
mean, we
things."
certainly discussed it at our
Okay,
meeting
yeah.
before the meeting,
Perfect.
just go over it
Mhm.
quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just so that one person doesn't feel overwhelmed,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
Right,
I
yeah.
like
a lot of
It
different,
could be a
a
lot.
lot of different little divisions to have answers for.
Now, are we gonna set up who's gonna talk for no? just-
Oh my God.
Well played. Got me good. I was
That was a
like,
good
no,
one.
he
That was a good
didn't.
one.
So much for staying focused.
Just do that part out of it.
Yeah, but Wayne's face was like.
He was about ready to throw something.
Okay, back on topic. So we're good with district meeting then?
Mhm.
At this point, yearbook ads, I had gave you guys all a handout.
Yes.
Um, these were the two we did last year.
Yeah.
I can run them again and just change any
I
dates
think
if
these
there
are
are.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Or, and I did make up new ones, which you should have.
Yeah.
So I didn't know which ones we wanted to go with.
I think, so we don't have the copy of.
Yeah, you don't have those, so
Get rid
go
of your
ahead.
paperwork.
Yeah. These two
So,
were last year's.
I like this one
Mhm.
I like
instead of that one,
Okay,
but then I like that one instead of this. one.
okay,
Jesus.
yeah,
Oh.
that's fine.
Tell you what,
We
vice
certainly
chair
do
and
have
chair,
more.
y'all come up with that plan. It's like picking earrings for the day.
The men don't
Serious-
have a
serious
particular
things.
need
No,
to
I-
weigh in.
I have no.
Oh, really?
Go ahead.
I was excited about my game.
Okay, so we'll run the new one for the graduating class and the
I'm
old one
trying.
for the teachers.
Need a gavel.
We had a conversation before this
We
meeting.
did, okay. All right, so
You
I
wanna
will
take
get
us over?
those, I'll get good, Dave Haggis files to the yearbook person, or give them to Maria to give to your yearbook person.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, that was quick and easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, graduation.
Graduation date.
That's to be determined, isn't it, right now with the amount of snowstorms we're getting?
Based on what we have to set it, and then it'll move depending on. So people can,
Is it like June 14th?
After you give up April vacation, we'll get out on time.
We've had to discuss that before.
when is their, they have to go 75, right?
175,
175.
right. So-
Not 75.
No, I know,
They're
yeah.
done
No,
already,
no, yeah.
actually.
Um,
But with all this snow, there's only
We have only had one
I,
snow day.
all my days are
Is it
running
really
into
only
each other.
one?
They're just a
Yes.
big block.
I just want to pull up this year's calendar and hear my requests.
Yeah, so we should be fine with June 14th, right?
Just
What-
wondering where that.
So
falls
we've
on
had
the
one
75.
snow day thus far, right? Let me
Yeah.
just bring this year's calendar up. Because really, I think what matters is, so right now, the way it is, without adjusting for snow days, we end on Thursday and teachers end on a Friday, right?
Is that the 19th and
after?
20th?
Correct.
Yeah.
So if we decide to make up, remember, you always go revert to the hours,
Right.
right? If you wanted to, with one snow day. If we don't, and we make that day up, that means students don't finish until Friday, the 20th, which means teachers would have to come back.
Mm.
If we make up a second day, well, now you have students coming back for
Yeah, on
that
a
Monday.
Mhm.
I
and-
would
and-
vote hours.
Yeah, so I would right now, it looks like tomorrow we're probably gonna open with a 2-hour delay. And then we're gonna talk with Bob around 7:30 to see what roads are like. And if we can get people in, we'll get them in.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we'll cancel. We'll do that by 7:30.
That gives teachers ample time to knock.
I can't go any later because of the timing.
I meant earlier.
I can't,
Just
it
after.
won't
Yeah.
matter any
I don't
earlier
know.
because the freezing rain wouldn't have started by then.
Right.
It's gonna be a toss up. tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's
That
gonna
rain
be
is gonna
really
be-
a
that
hard-
rain's gonna be a
Curious how-
problem.
Don't envy you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the worst part of the job.
Mhm.
So what I would ask is that we have our graduates, our seniors would graduate, looks like it would be the 14th of June. I would keep it the 14th of June.
That's what we really.
And should we run up against it, we always can revert to the hours calendar.
Right.
Because last year we had to
We
make an
did that,
adjustment.
yeah.
We had them on a day, a professional development day. We
Yeah,
had them take a
their
class trip,
class day. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we can always be creative with it. So I would ask for June 14th.
Yay, that's what I was planning on. Now
Is
I can
everybody okay with June
order
14th?
Invitations.
We should,
That's what Ken
we
was
should
all
vote
about
on
last
it to
year.
make it official.
Yes, please.
I need a motion to accept June 14th as graduation.
Make a
day.
motion, we accept June 14th as graduation.
Any discussion?
That's what I was hoping. for,
All
so
those
nothing-
in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So June 14th it is.
June 14th.
11 a.m.
Is it 10
think
or
it's
11?
10.
I think it's
That was
10.
10.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
10.
10. Generally.
Is that gonna work for you?
My daughter's graduating the weekend before. so
Oh,
all is
perfect.
well.
Perfect.
From preschool?
No, my son.
I once had a woman tell me her daughter was the valedictorian of her preschool. I know we're not talking about this.
I don't believe in a preschool graduation.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, at 10 a.m.
That's graduation, we're done with that. School calendar.
Yes.
It looks pretty close to this year's calendar.
One of the things we
Late
changed
end date.
is so we eliminated the President's Day holiday. We'll be coming to work that day. So that we could keep the earlier June, last day in June, which is the 17th. And 3 professional development days, 2 during that week of Thanksgiving again. So students will have that week off, and 1 PD day in March, just to break up the stretch between February to April break, which is 8 weeks. So just to give students a break and kind of let our hair down a little bit for a PD day in the spring, which we used to have in May, which we found was not the best time to have professional development.
Everyone's all
But
done.
in March, there's certainly work that we need to do that we
Yeah.
can still have the attention of staff. The opening is the same. The December holiday, you'll note there are some school districts that have chosen to close for 2 full weeks. If we did that,
That puts us so late.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that, and then, yeah, there's just so much about kids being home for 2 weeks, particularly when it's not the best place for them to be, that
Right.
really bother me.
Mhm.
I try to minimize the number of days.
And
them
that
to
would
have
put
to go
us
through
on a
that.
Friday, so 1 snow day would mean kids coming back on a
On
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, a half day Monday.
Lot of bad there.
Right. And then in terms of the holiday for Feb 16, President's Day, that's covered.
It's covered, it will, because it's recognized in the support staff collective bargaining, that first day of that vacation week will be a paid day for them, even though they're not here.
Okay.
Because it's being moved, their contract says it can be that week, so that's what we're doing.
It's in line with Keene for our
Mhm.
whatever we're calling it.
Right?
And it subscribes to
Vocal
the New
fixes.
Hampshire regulations and their recommended calendar as well.
Okay.
So the spring break is, sorry, Dr. Bremner, that last week of April. So
Huh?
the last week of April, which is obviously different from Mass.
But it's just like April break is not May.
I know that is weird. It's gonna, May 1st will be part of it.
I love it because it makes that sprint that much shorter,
Mhm,
1 week
that's
shorter,
true.
because you know, you come out of a cannon when you come back from April
Oh,
break.
yeah, it is.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that too. Better odds for nice weather.
Mud
I
season.
noticed, I wasn't seeing that before.
What?
April vacation,
Mhm.
it goes into May, that's awful.
And welcome, Kendra.
I know, because I was trying to find it, I realized I wasn't all the way down. Ew, I don't like that either.
Yeah, and we are on different edges of this, but it means both our vacations are not with our kids, both of them next year, but that's our.
Well, that is a bummer.
I am.
I
looking
think
forward
it's
to a
bringing
week
your
home
kid to
alone.
work.
That is a positive way to look at
Opposite reaction to that.
it. Anna's like, please don't schedule it with my kids. That's smart. That's a real vacation.
All right, any other questions about the calendar?
I
Any
feel like we're just
discussion?
ending so late lately.
Well, I was trying to find it on my computer here. So wait, hold on,
No
why
AM
is it the last
preschool
week
with
in
a delay.
April? What was the reasoning?
Thank you.
Huh? What's the
Why was it
question?
moved to the last week of April? What was the reasoning?
It's following the New Hampshire DOE recommended calendar.
Correct.
So a lot.
And
a
we're
lot
in
of
line
schools
with
in New Hampshire have
Keene.
the same day. I didn't say week off.
We go and
we
with
like to be
Keene,
different.
it aligns us with Keene.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Can't
'Cause
send
we
their
have
kids
kids
to,
attending.
we can't send their kids to.
Alrighty, I already got one answer, guys. Holy moly.
Well, there were 2 answers.
Lots of answers.
So many reasons, and it makes the sprint to the end of the year
I
shorter.
heard that part. That's where it was really.
All right, moving the question. I need a
I
motion.
make a motion to accept the calendar as emailed.
Proposed.
Proposed.
Second.
I'll make a sec, I'll second. I'll
And
make
just
a second.
for, we got 0 feedback from the union.
Okay,
Oh, weren't we supposed to do that?
Oh, no, we gave it to
we
them.
did though.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no, they just
Oh,
didn't provide us.
Okay,
Okay.
so as long
We
as we
didn't-
did our part.
We didn't get any feedback.
Do you want to give it now?
Do you want to provide it, Don?
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah.
I'm mine to do, but.
Oh, see, that was one of
I
our
don't
goals. Should we
remember
ask for
we talked about it.
input
Yeah,
from the
we'd send it
teachers?
to Teresa, I think around middle of January, if not before.
Okay.
So should we like tentatively approve it?
No.
Okay, just approving.
So we got our motion and our second. So any more discussion?
There is, I may have just gotten a random text message.
Okay.
Somebody wanted to have a conversation about early release on December 23rd.
Oh, I like that.
And
Will you just be there a day and a half? though?
perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps she wants to elaborate on that.
I would love to.
Oh.
It just feels very, Christmas Eve is the next day. and
Yeah,
so
that is crazy.
For kids and teachers to be in school a full day on the 23rd, it felt like we could give them a little gift
Yeah.
of an early dismissal
And can I also
and
add
still
that
count it as a day.
and it just, the day will be
Mhm.
not very academic.
Right.
I was gonna say, I'll say it for
I
you,
love
a
the
very
way you put
unproductive
it.
day.
I love the way you put it.
Academic rigor won't be on that day.
Right.
But if we have a half day, then that non-academic rigor will be on Monday. And
Right.
I think it's gonna
It's
be
already gonna be anyway,
anyways.
probably.
Probably because a lot of kids
That
probably
is
won't
close.
come.
Yeah.
Whether
It's
it's
so close to
full days
Christmas.
or a day and a half, we probably will have a lot of absences on those days
Right.
because
some people will already be traveling.
Mhm.
Will it give us those instructional hours we might need to rely on later? Y'all shut me down on my weeks. I am just asking questions.
Even if we have to revert to hours.
Really balances out over there.
Half days are just, half days are.
They
tricky.
are
They're
off.
just
Yeah,
tricky.
no, they're awful
Yeah,
as a
your
teacher.
people can go home.
As a
and
parent, I like
be
it.
alive still. Mine, I have to
Yeah,
make
they
sure
can go
there's
home by
adults,
themselves.
so
Right.
it's different.
Mostly.
No, and it does mess everyone up, but at the same time, it is the day before Christmas Eve. It's
You
kind of
guys
sad
have
to even
made
be
this
in school.
decision way too hard for me.
Yeah. I was looking, I said, this is gonna be one of the easier.
I'm not sure why
I'm
you
good
thought
for
that.
causing chaos.
We got one that's gonna be happy with one, one's gonna be mad. There's no way
I
of winning
like
this.
the half day on the 23rd. That's my opinion. I think that is so close to Christmas. And as a teacher, I would be unhappy that I was still here and have so many presents to wrap.
So do we want to make that amended to the calendar?
I will make a
Amendment.
motion to amend the calendar for a half day on December 23rd, 2025.
Is there a
that good?
second?
That was well done.
Is there a second?
I'll second
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Mark, you may have this one since you just arrived.
We're not
Mark, you have
actually
the
here
second.
today.
So is that-
Any more just?
If I had texted my idea.
Excuse me, I vote
All
with you on
resources.
the-
You're open to
All right.
Any more discussion on it? All those in favor?
Aye.
Maybe.
Any opposed?
You can't say maybe.
Aye.
Are you opposed?
So
No,
moved.
no, that's fine.
So accepting with that amendment, we've got a motion to accept the calendar and a second already. Do we want to rescind that and move the motion to it with the amendment?
Yes, you do,
Yes.
because you're on
It's a
the,
new one.
yeah, you're on the
You're getting
record
good at
as
this.
having.
I know, man.
So you need to
Say that.
rescind your
I rescind my motion to accept it as emailed.
proposed. Do I have to give a second's permission to rescind it also?
No, because
Just
once
there's
you
no
rescind the
motion,
motion,
yeah.
there can't be a
It's
second.
rescinded.
Yeah.
It nullifies it.
So we need a motion to accept the calendar as amended.
I make a motion, we accept the calendar as amended.
I'll second.
Any more discussion on it?
Had
All
it.
those in favor?
Any more text
Aye.
messages?
Kendra?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? So moved.
Awesome.
All right.
We have a calendar. Thank you for the suggestion.
I know, good thinking.
I had no idea.
Next year, I would have been annoyed we didn't do that.
All right, proposed
Program of
calendar, program of studies.
I have to pull that up now.
My one question on this is because you have the classes now for the AP courses, is that gonna be entered into the program of studies? Because it's not there currently.
They're not in here?
Not, well, not from what I read in that part of it, they're not.
I rewrote and
laid out
submitted,
in
yeah,
there.
they should be included. Yeah,
That's probably just sitting.
In the
maybe
packet,
here.
maybe?
It might not be.
It
Because I
wasn't in
believe
the
it's
packet. Yeah, okay.
on the, if you go on the version on the website,
Okay.
it's, I believe, I'm
It's-
almost positive it's there.
just
'cause
wanna
we
make
showed
sure that
at
they
the
made it.
parent night.
Since we did, because
Yes.
there was a note in here that's saying,
Details will be added.
right, yeah, so I just wanted to make sure we're gonna have them added,
Yes.
and it sounds like they already are, so, okay.
And so are we just gonna move forward like typical and we'll deal if we have to with the state? With things up in the air with graduation? Okay. And we can still choose,
Yes, we can,
right? Okay, so,
absolutely.
okay,
because we have our own, like, we're even more credits than the state
right.
requires, so.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the state's not done, they're just
No,
chatting.
chatting about it right now.
They had 30,000
there was a big,
opposed, opposition,
Mhm.
30,000 in opposition.
good.
And I think 18 in support, 81 or something like
Wow.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so,
wouldn't worry too much.
Okay, so never mind.
is there anything major in this that you need to point out? I mean, I read.
I
through
would
it,
ask
but-
Anna to,
Wayne has a
No,
question.
To
the
take that
new
on.
things are, the AP network, which,
Mhm.
we'll update that. We added the leadership, Dr. Ryan, Ms. Thompson's leadership course. And updated the social studies course requirements, but you guys had already previously approved that.
Mhm.
Those are the only significant changes.
So under the appendix IHBA R1, Program of Pupils with Disabilities section, You're suggesting to take out G. I just wanted to know why exactly. Policy committee recommends removing G.
Are we in policy?
I don't, I'm forward ahead.
You're in policy.
I'm in
yeah.
policy.
I know, I was like, wait,
I just
huh?
kept scrolling
We're all joining you.
and I thought I was in the, but I'm in policy.
Should we recess and just have drinks?
No, maybe.
Yes.
Sorry, we'll get to that then.
Oh, really?
I scrolled
I don't
down
think we're there
and
yet.
it went to policy
Yeah.
because
I'm
the
still on
studies
program
is
studies
separate.
because it's still
See,
showing the
that
old AP
happened to
right
me with the
Sorry.
on,
beginning.
on our
Yeah,
website.
I was
Okay.
trying to look at the minutes and.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has my goods.
Anna, was there a discussion in reference to the promotion requirements being changed?
No.
We
Comparison to a 20 credit
full day.
diploma
Okay.
in the
Okay.
24.
Because
It
it
just-
would,
it
it would.
It just,
jump
just
promotion.
pops into my head.
The requirements here are 24 and a half unless they request in
Just-
writing.
just wanted to make sure.
Parent signature of
But
20
it,
credits.
yes.
Right, okay, I thought there was going to be a
Those are the
discussion
things
in
I'm
reference to
still learning
changing,
that I'm trying to
changing
remember.
the,
Putting those
Yeah.
side by side.
Yeah.
Just pay for the whole day now because.
Okay.
it's rotten.
thank you.
Yeah, because I thought there was like gonna be like 3 different options, basically.
There
Oh,
are
okay.
3 different
Well, this,
options.
yeah, this-
Right.
but for promotion requirements particularly.
And so one of the things that we discussed at our retreat was that was work that we were going to be doing. What we had asked was allow us to get through budget season.
Right.
And then we would have a group of staff, teachers, administration, especially ed, we'd work together on revising
Okay.
what we believe our high school graduation requirement should be, the number of credits, including those that are state diploma. Don't get me going on
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Don't get me started.
Right, yeah. Okay, so that's to come.
It is,
Okay,
absolutely.
all right.
Yeah.
It's just
Not
not
included
something
in
that
that.
we could
Yeah.
bulldoze our way through in
You,
one
you
year,
don't
Perfect.
want to.
right?
either.
So what you saw with the social studies adjustments
Mhm.
was for the next year.
Right.
It'd be the year after that
Okay.
we're looking to have these
All right.
changes take place.
Perfect.
Okay.
I just remember having a discussion.
Yeah, we want
Yes.
that work to be thoughtful.
Yes, for sure. Any questions on the program of studies then?
I'm happy with.
We're good?
Yeah.
Then we need a motion to accept the program of studies.
I will make a motion to accept the program of studies for 2025-26.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it is, I'm loving the direction.
I know. Now we're to policies.
Welcome.
Sorry.
People, do you have a question about this?
I do.
Is there one in
amazingly.
particular that you wanted
I
to
do.
talk
Let me
about?
get back to it because I need to find it again.
G, it was G.
G,
We
on
had that
HB
point of the
something.
meeting where we can-
Why
Yeah.
did they
R1.
remove G?
Like you, yeah, like you're.
Yeah, usually when we get to here.
All right. I was just trying to,
Get down
No,
get the
again.
policy, trying to let them.
I'm with you, man, because the sooner we can get done, the sooner we can delay school.
Okay.
Families appreciate that.
So it's IHBA R parentheses 1.
What page?
It doesn't have page
Sounds
numbers.
fake.
Oh, online it
Yeah,
does.
it's
Oh,
far down.
In my packet. It
It's
doesn't.
far down. It's that
It is
big.
far down.
It's before H.
Oh, wait, I'm in the program of studies.
that where G is?
IHBA,
Page 5,
129,
page 6.
I have to go back to my board
Page
packet. I was
six.
like, why
No.
am I not finding
Yeah.
it?
I was in
Yep.
the packet. They don't
I
have
was in the
numbers.
program of
All right,
studies.
The district actions in absence of formal complaint is
Yes.
language that's based on the 2024 version of the Title IX
Oh,
law.
okay.
And as a reversion to 2020, so you don't have the notes.
Yeah.
We have commentary notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't
For
have
all of
that.
our policies. We have to figure out how we can get comments onto your copies so that you can see the reasons. But that's why.
Okay.
So we
That makes
recommended
Title
removing.
IX stuff.
I think that was the only real, I mean, that seems like the only really big
These
change for the most
were
part.
required policies
Right.
that we didn't have in our manual, and so all are samples.
Mhm.
And they were recommended by the school board association, so there really wasn't much that we could do, but we did walk through them.
yeah, we pulled some others out because Things are shifting.
That's
Mhm.
correct. Sands and shifting time.
Yes, daily.
And they will, I suspect that we'll
Yeah.
do a complete overhaul in the spring again, because
We're gonna have to.
if they can get a spring legislative policy manual out to us
Yeah.
with all the changes that are going on, if they can keep up.
Right.
Yeah.
The main
I
thing
know
is
that.
we changed the titles of who was what,
Mhm.
because they came with
Correct.
titles we don't have.
Yeah,
So we
I
made
noticed
sure it was
that.
our title.
So the district human rights officer
Oh, yeah. we don't
is
have
now
one of those.
director of student services.
Oh.
Congratulations, Patty.
I wanted to be part, I was not part of this committee,
Yeah.
so I
That's
see my
how-
name a lot.
Hence,
Just
therefore, there we go.
But in one policy, it ended up being Jake.
That is true.
Yes,
We
yes,
did
I
give
saw
one, we did
that.
give one to Jane.
Yeah, Jane
One.
got one.
But you already were all these things. I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just giving you all the hats you deserve.
All right, so this is a first reading, so we need to motion to accept the policies as a first reading.
I make a
Correct.
motion to accept the policies as a first read.
I second.
Is
there any, yeah, you're not the chair. Any discussion on any of them, other than what we already had?
No.
Wait for Wayne to come back in the room.
He's just getting water.
Yes.
Wait.
He probably can't hear us.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. So we have a motion and a second to accept the
To
policies
accept
as
the
first
policy.
reading. Any discussion on any of them? There wasn't any unless Wayne has something.
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you, guys. Policy committee is rocking. Other.
It's also a very busy committee.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
glad.
Oh, we forgot to do it at the beginning, so we'll do it at the end of the policy section.
Oh.
We need to, we don't have the writing in front of us, from the NSBA for Title IX.
Just trust us.
Yep, well,
Deal.
basically what needs to happen is because it was enacted on January 9th, we need to accept it, so we're in compliance.
Correct.
Policy committee will then look through it and make any changes that need to be changed and bring it back to us
Mhm.
to reapprove it, essentially,
Okay.
Yeah.
just so everybody knows what's
They
going on.
revised the Title IX policy to match the reversion to the 2020
Right?
law. And so the sample we have is really close to the sample we used to have.
Mhm.
The recommendation was adopt it now, because we're out of compliance, a month
Right.
out of compliance. And then policy committee, we can look at fine tuning the language and bring it back and have the revision be approved. But that way, no one can say you're out of compliance.
Right,
I'll have to go back.
I know. Well, that's where it's headed.
I know.
So I need a motion to accept the Title IX policy update.
I'll make a motion to accept the Title IX update.
As an emergency, essentially.
Second read.
Anybody have any questions about it?
Am I allowed to vote no?
You can go however you want. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
So moved.
Okay.
So that's more work for the policy committee.
Looks like some real page turners.
Yeah, right?
They all are.
They all are.
It's all David, but we call him for the table.
Yeah.
You guys girded up. We're on the edge of our seat during these policy committee meetings.
At some point, stop asking questions.
I did say that.
Not something you probably say very often.
Justin, are you twitching because that microphone's on the floor? Because God knows I am. That's expensive
Didn't
equipment.
I've already cleaned this mess up.
And she's picking it up by the wire. Did that make it worse?
This is why we don't have nice stuff, Mark.
Great.
That's a good catch.
Yeah.
This would be-
Nobody caught it.
Any,
This is
I
where
know,
we
I
can-
didn't see
It's like
this.
ice fishing.
Any other business for the board
Um,
or by the board?
We can.
I don't have anything.
I was hoping that we would all agree to allow all our people we don't need anymore to go.
We're getting there.
Oh,
Yeah, guys.
Not yet.
Close, but not
We're
yet.
there.
We're there.
We're there
We
now.
haven't talked about our policy, I mean, our committees, thank
Right,
you.
yes, we're at the committees. Does anybody need anybody to stay for committee reports? I don't think I do.
we just did ask, but none
Yeah.
of you guys. did.
Oh,
know.
true, we actually,
I
just kidding,
we
that
should
would be
probably
helpful.
tell you.
Yeah,
Someone
that
should
would
stay
be great.
for
I
that.
came in and apologized.
No, we're
I
good.
felt bad.
We can do that one
I got her
first.
from basketball and her from Zoom. So I don't know where I had my notes. All right, here we go.
All right, so committee reports, we'll do HASPA first, so they can go.
There were 5 of us tonight, so it happened. We accepted the notes from last time. There's a state site visit, April 3rd. It'll come at aftercare. I wrote down my daily. I don't remember. There's 124 enrolled at the elementary school right now. Daily average is 89.
My enroll was about 90 and my daily was about 50.
We have new interns from United Way, which we knew were coming, but they're here now. Drama Club is back up and running.
Yay.
So that show is later, but I didn't have a date
She
for
didn't
that.
give us a date.
It's later than it was going to be, but, and it, hey, I'm gonna be here. Okay,
By the way.
And Girls on the Run is starting. and-
Maybe Heart and Soul.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is the
yay.
older ones.
Yep. That's the one in school.
Gepra data is looking very good for both our buildings. You have one spot that, mine's all green, you mostly green. All right, next one is April 9th. Great.
No, that was good.
Right.
That was a
Next
very, that was
half
a very good
April
detailed report.
Yes,
That was
thank
really
you.
good. I wasn't saying that,
Wasn't a
you took it the
judgment.
wrong way, but it was better, I mean, that was very good.
Thank you so much.
I didn't even catch she was throwing shade at you. I just that.
So nobody wants to stay there. They certainly can
Always
go at
welcome.
this point.
As we see a bunch of little pokes of air.
The snow's starting to come across southern Vermont, so
Oh,
I'm
it is?
thinking about,
Is it starting to come through?
it's
now?
kind of, there's snow blotches
Thank
coming
you very
across
much,
southern
guys, for
Vermont, so
everything.
I'm
Thank
thinking
you.
we can try to get these people who drive a little further than the rest of us home.
Oh, yeah,
Be
guys,
staying
we're
around
here.
here.
I
should
know.
get-
Neat.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
great night,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, late start tomorrow.
All right, so budget committee, I think we've exhausted that one pretty much at this point.
Yeah, I think
We
that-
are
We're all
meeting,
up to
we
date.
are meeting next Wednesday, the budget committee is.
I have tons of friends on that
I'm not
committee.
sure, but that's where we're meeting. That's our normal scheduled time to meet. So, and we are
I
meeting.
really enjoyed how many of you showed up.
Community connections, I'm getting stuff out, same old, you know.
Mhm. Oh, I
We
do have a
appreciate
question
you.
for
I am
that.
sharing stuff from the newsletters.
When I got an email that had a
Yep,
question.
yep. I meant to ask someone about
Who's
that.
answering that? Because we get an email for community
Right.
connections.
I generally see them and I will respond to
All right,
them.
because I saw the question.
Yeah.
I didn't know who, I'm
Was
like,
it about the school?
it was about who
tool.
gets the child,
The adequacy.
the adequacy, yes.
Oh, I didn't see that
I
one.
answered that.
Okay,
good.
yep.
I literally.
I saw it and I'm just like, ooh,
Did
I
that come
assumed
through our
School
new
of
email?
origin.
Did that come through our new email?
Yeah,
to
they,
CC?
yeah, I thought so.
You and I talked about it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We emailed
There's
each
been
other
a lot
about
of emails.
Cause you had forwarded it to me and
Oh,
I
that's
said, yeah,
right.
and
I did.
I replied to him and I copied
Yes.
you.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
I looked
'Cause
at
I'll
it and was like,
generally get them.
someone's gotta be handling
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah,
I should
I
ask.
assumed
and
it
then
was
I didn't.
something that we're just getting and seeing and the people who's supposed to be answering, but I just want to bring light to it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
because
recommend
it's
that
coming
you
up
forward
through
all
that new-
questions to the chair.
Okay.
Mhm.
If it's
I was
coming through community
assuming,
connections,
yeah.
I'll see it.
Yeah, so we're just one of the recipients of
Yeah,
that.
because it's the
Yes.
new
Yes,
email.
yes, okay,
Yeah.
yep.
You couldn't stay away?
All right. Community connections, facilities.
Facilities, we have a couple of, we have a meeting this Friday, a couple of presentations on lights. What is the EEI one?
EEI and Affinity, I think. are this.
Yeah, that, and then next week is another one. No, I was trying to look it up and not be rude, looking at my phone and looking at the whole
I've
thing.
been doing it all meeting.
Lights where? For where?
The
Like-
buildings.
Okay,
Yeah, the
everywhere.
capital
Lights.
improvement
Oh,
plans,
okay, perfect.
and then, have we heard anything back on whether we got a quote from the two big paving companies? Cause that was another
I
thing.
don't know if we have.
All right,
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk to him and I meant to ask Justin if he could record the first half an hour or so of the meeting, but I'll get a hold of him tomorrow for that.
You asked Jane.
James, you know, it's late. I
Yeah.
don't know. I will try to remember.
I'm
She's
gonna
not
be
your
on my way
responsibility.
back from getting my truck, but I'm not going to make it here for 10:30, so.
All right, and we did pass legislation. There's obviously a lot going on.
Ma'am.
Yeah, and it was like, I could have printed out what we're following, but it was like 45 pages.
Mm.
And I wasn't gonna do that. And that's just the school stuff.
Right. And it's
Right.
all like up in the air
Yeah,
still.
it's still,
Nothing
it's all
is-
just starting.
Yeah,
pretty
nothing
much.
is concrete. yet.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah,
been
because it's a
introduced.
change of all the powers
Mhm.
and now,
It's like, yeah.
and now they throw 800 pages worth of stuff in to get to their parts. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Enjoy
It's
that.
a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like it's not usually this extensive.
Mhm.
It usually isn't.
Not
This
really.
is- This is odd.
Yeah. this is-
Otherworldly is what I
Yep, that's
describe
Going
it.
everywhere.
agreed.
Personnel committee. We have a meeting next week. Well, there was one. I don't know. Was it
Sure.
next week or we just had one or we were
What
supposed to have one?
time
or
is
we
that?
just-
We
We-
do have one next week.
Next week, I thought
At
it was next week.
4:30
Yeah,
on
Tuesday
Tuesday.
generally.
It's the short.
You know, we're gonna talk about personnel.
Yeah.
Good.
We've been in negotiations for a while now, so.
We
all
really
good.
got to know each other a lot and now it's over
Yes.
and it's great that it's over and
Yeah, we'll probably cover open positions, what
Mm.
we're gonna be posting, because we do wanna post.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and we have
Okay.
the anticipated.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
And we are, we started with the business office and Maria, we're updating our job descriptions.
Right,
I saw that.
And Start moving those through
Yeah.
personnel and, well, through Dr. Ryan first
Yeah.
and personnel, so.
Mm,
Yeah, and then
So
we'll
we'll
get
start
them.
seeing those,
Yep.
yeah.
okay, yeah, so 4:30 Tuesday.
Yep. Policy committee, Kendra,
We just went over it.
yep, there's a lot going on.
Yep.
When's your next meeting?
Uh-huh. But when,
That's everybody's answer.
It's on the calendar.
I know, but my calendar's at home on my kitchen.
No, that's my
wall, silly
response.
goose.
That's not my
okay.
prompting you. That's literally my
Silly.
response. I don't know what's on the calendar.
It's on the calendar. Perfect.
It's scheduled.
It's gonna be,
I'm gonna write that on my phone calendar.
hmm,
when
If you look
say
up
it.
Maria's, you would get them all.
I know.
I love that one.
I know.
It just dings.
Smart.
Select board representative, Wayne or Mark?
Mark's
I-
been down there for me.
Yeah, I have been going to all the meetings, it's been general, town stuff, tax abatements.
Bless you.
Requesting liquor permits for certain functions at the community center. A thing that happened, the last select board meeting I'd like to share with you is Benedict Enterprises is going to build a new transfer station office
Oh,
at their cost. They're throwing materials, labor and everything into it.
wow,
Wow.
So it's a big thing.
that is
They're
big.
doing everything for us.
Holy moly.
Nice.
Does that have to do with the ELO
Yes,
their
and it-
ELO student that's gonna be part of the
Oh,
project?
The
Oh,
ELO
cool.
student is going to be, good point, thank
Yeah.
you.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
it's gonna
that's
coincide
exciting.
with that, so you'll get the ELO, they'll do the
They'll get a new
building,
building.
and they're
Oh, so
putting,
you're gonna have a real building?
yeah, no cost to the town. They're just-
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
That
awesome.
is great.
That
Mhm.
is.
That's about it.
And
That's happening.
ELO.
I
look at us
know,
Working
yay.
together.
Mhm. I think it's awesome.
Kendra, March 18th, 10 a.m.
Writing that in right now.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's a Tuesday.
Kayla, why don't you write that in too, you little cutie?
Yep, I will.
You little kid.
Oh, wait, Tuesday at 10? Oh, wait, yeah, no, I
The
actually,
18th.
Wait, you have-
yeah,
March
that
18th.
that does, oh, I'm on, great, I'm on vacation.
We already just had one, March.
wait, we're doing
February 18th.
Today's the 12th. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It says that it's one on the 18th.
It can't be, we already had one. We're like, we literally just had it.
So I need to cancel.
Please.
Ryan knows what's up.
Please.
So what time should I be
March
there?
18th, Kayla, at 10 a.m.
So be there at 9:30?
9:45.
Okay, I'm gonna say 9:30.
Sure, we can hang out for a minute.
Well, then I'll get there at 9:45. so.
Okay, so strategic
Planning.
planning. We just had our meeting with and Dr. Ryan noted it in his, there's not much more to say than that.
Yeah.
Tuition exploratory committee, we are starting negotiations with I don't know about the committee, but we're starting negotiations with Manchester.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good.
And we had one meeting already, another one tomorrow.
Yes,
And that is rain or shine.
yes.
Yeah, I'll be there. Wellness.
Wellness, that's
You guys just
I
met.
know, Mark, were you
Right?
there today?
No, I was not there.
Oh, me either. Slackers on both of us.
I
So Jane?
apologize, I was working.
A little bit difficult to miss work.
I'm sorry.
Wellness.
I'm sorry.
Welcome.
Get a little punchy.
We're all taking
7:30 people, it's still early.
I know, wow, we're usually.
I know, but we've
Yeah.
been here a while.
And
Well,
it's so
wellness
dark.
did beat, we went over, well, technically 4 policies, but one was more for reference. We are moving policies JLCG, JLCG-R, and JLAA?
CC.
Is it CC? I know I had double something.
Yeah.
Could've got completely
JLCC.
wrong on that one.
Forward to the policy committee. Those all have to do with the students' health, when they can be in attendance, when not. Basically, it's an overall thing. We kind of started this last year. We worked on it for a couple meetings, and then tonight reviewed all of our changes and said, okay, we like it, so we're moving it forward.
Nice.
I just found my minutes. Anyway, I can somewhere stacks.
And we're fortunate because we had Joe Boggio as one of our community members, so
Oh,
Joe was
yay.
there, which was great.
Right?
So, yeah, and he was there when we started it, so it's kind of like, okay, keep on going. which
Nice,
is
good.
So it was a good meeting.
Oh, there's Winchester tuition. Maybe I overstepped. We already talked about that.
That's okay.
Citizens comments. Is there anybody in attendance that would like to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to kind of tag on to something that was said earlier. Our maintenance crew has gone above and beyond
Mhm.
with the storming. I had to run down Sunday fully expecting to have to crawl over everything.
Yeah.
And before noon time, Nate and Reggie and Dave,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure who else was over here, had already like done the whole area.
Wow.
The unloaded things, and then this week they have been on the roof, like thank goodness they're tethered
Oh,
to
wow.
the things, but they're out there clearing off the
Oh,
roofs
good.
like daily for hours, and some of them are coming in a couple hours early and then working their night shift.
Mm.
So I just want to point that out and give them some kudos because it really, the campus looked wonderful and it was safe and
Yeah.
Wow.
it was just remarkable the work they've done this week.
Nice.
Especially on a Sunday. That's.
Mm.
I
impressive.
know.
Yeah,
Before
like I
noon,
said,
that's-
I had forgotten something I had to come down and get,
Yeah.
fully expecting to crawl over snowbanks and
Right.
was very pleasantly surprised at how
Wow.
much, and that was at, I don't even think they'd done their own homes yet.
Yeah.
At
Wow.
that point.
And
That's great
I
to
will
hear.
say that Nate gave credit where credit is due, but I think a lot of how everyone's working, it has a lot to do with leadership as
Yep.
well. And
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
agree,
100%.
yeah.
because Nate's right out there fighting the
Yeah.
good fight with them. So I
Mhm.
think he deserves some credit as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because
no,
we
definitely.
are who our leaders are and
I
it's
agree.
showing.
Mhm.
And your email to district on that was well noted. So thanks for sending that out.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're oftentimes not seen,
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
especially the night crew, and people I don't think realize exactly
Yeah.
what they do get done for us.
Right.
So.
And can I just add to that
Yeah.
too, which I don't know, you may not be aware, Donna, but in the board notes, you saw where Drew Cooper has been working
Yeah.
with the technology to get that. So, I mean, these guys are,
Yeah.
Drew's he's our daytime custodian here at the high school.
Mm.
So after
Oh,
work,
didn't
he's
realize
been doing a couple hours a day to work on the
Yeah.
computers and get a lot of that done.
Nice.
So they've really been
We're
Yeah.
working
hitting a lot
together,
of
pulling,
areas.
pulling our
Nice. Yep.
resources. I like
That's
it.
nice. Thank you. Anybody online have anything to add today?
Anybody left?
Yep.
Yeah,
Please.
all three.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Did the other two have something to say too?
Nope, go ahead. We'll start. with
Okay. Oh, awesome. All right, thanks. I just want to say I'm a little bummed that Dr. Brenner left already, but I'm glad that Donna's still there. I just wanted to don't act surprised. No, I just wanted to kind of like throw something out there. You guys all know me. My girls graduated in 22 and 24. And when they left elementary school, they had letter grades from grades 3 to 5. So when they got to middle school, that was a grading system they were already very familiar with. And I, between them and Colby, who's now in 6th grade, of course, that changed. And I know at one point I talked to Joe Boggio about it. He's like, oh, that was me. Because he wanted to just kind of have all of elementary school be back to the number system. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know who's responsible or who has to approve that, but it just would be something I think would be a good consideration to kind of have that be one less transition that these incoming sixth graders have to make. And I don't know if that's already being discussed or not, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you. Definitely. And is that a principal decision?
Yeah, we can have that conversation.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you,
the
Karen.
whole elementary school was just trying to be competency based versus grading, because it gets down, you know, into the nitty gritty a little more.
Yeah, just something to throw out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
Alex, do you have anything?
I really don't. Listening to the discussion about talking about the budget and getting ready for the meeting, I do think it's just a good idea, and as you guys have already acknowledged, to just be prepared just in case. I mean, and I agree with you guys with your assessment that most of the information you guys have already provides a lot of answers, but you never know what those one-offs that come up or if somebody questions on the side. So I definitely think that's a smart thought process on the school's end to just be prepared for the one-offs. But no, I mean, that's pretty much all I have. I think it was a good meeting. And I know from others' perspectives, we've had good meetings and discussions. So that's all I have.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
William, do you have anything to add today?
Oh, no, I think I'm all set. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. And then, so we need a motion to go into non-public.
Please.
I will make that motion.
No, second it.
Roll call.
Bye,
Aye.
Donna.
Good night, Donna.
Thank you.
Thanks, Donna.
91A 32A.
91A 3